Hi friends, Jim Sterling here at my creepy adult man toy table to look at something that isn't a boglin or a xenomorph or any of the other crap I look at here. Today we are looking at the Fidget Cube. I just want to basically film myself fiddling with a Fidget Cube, because that's something to do on a Sunday, isn't it? Could go watch the Super Bowl, but instead I could film myself fiddling around with a coloured cube with buttons on it, so yeah. And that's what we're gonna do. Stylish box. It's got a little thing on the top like a switch so that you know that it's an official thing. This, of course, was a relatively well-known Kickstarter project. A Kickstarter project I backed because as someone with the anxiety, which, you know, I've never been shy talking about that. I've got my my social anxieties and whatnot. That's why I tend to stutter a lot and everything like that. And I've also got very fiddly fingers, which, well, they're good in some situations, but they're not good, say, when I'm trying to record a podcast and I need something to fiddle with. And sometimes I will have my knife on my desk, and when I'm recording Podquisition or something like that, I'll just be doing that. Just doing that, closing it up, opening it up, closing, like just fiddling around with, this isn't the only knife I've been fiddling around with. And super glue as well. I'll fiddle with knives and glue like an infant, because they're on my desk for, you know, I've needed them for something, and I've got to play with something when I'm recording. Any of you who've listened to Podquisition may be familiar with the time I ended up with super glue all over my hands, because I'm a responsible adult who pays taxes. Oh god, I've got more on me! I went to play with the it's hot!
Speaking of semen...
on me! It stinks, but I can't stop smelling it.
What the fuck is he doing?
Put it away, Jim. Put it away.
I know what happened here, Laura. He'd think we had left the room for 30 seconds. That's what happened. Oh. You did, Jim, didn't you? You thought we'd left for 30 seconds.
Dude, if my semen hardened within seconds on my fingers, I'd A, be very worried, and B, I'd be like the when he's got concrete powers in Second Son by now. So anyway, thought it might be useful, so I backed it and I got this one. This is in Kickstarter colours, black and the green. There were lots of interesting colours. I went for this one just because it was the limited Kickstarter edition, and you could write the words limited edition on a dog turd and I'd probably want it, because I'm a disgusting consumer worm. There's a crack here. There's a crack on the box because this box, I mean, I guess for normal humans it's easy to open, but for me, I kind of pulled it open and it just cracked, maybe under my hulking strength. But let's get that open. It's just resisting a little bit. Oh, piece of shit. Right, there we go. Got that open. So, don't need that anymore. And there's some other stuff. We'll get to the cube, of course. I don't know what's going on here. We've got. Oh, I think that came up. I think that went upside down. I think that's supposed to be the front. It says spin, flip, parentheses on top. I guess I should hold that to the camera. Breathe, roll, click on bottom. I've got similar instructions for myself. And glide. So, I guess that works to if you had this in the right way, it could give you an idea of what to do with things, but fuck instructions. Get a nice little bag for it, for on the go. And anyway, here's what we want to look at. It's the Fiddle Cube. And I've been fiddling with it since yesterday. It was delivered on Friday, I think, but I didn't check the mail till Saturday. But I did get it Saturday, and I've been finding it very useful. Not had a chance to test it for podcasts yet, but just idly sitting around, if I'm bored, if I'm waiting. Like, I had a party to attend last night, and, you know, not enough time to do anything, so this was just a way to idly pass time. We've got this one here. I don't like that one, because it's not interactive. It's just kind of a little noblum. Noblum isn't a word, but it describes what that is. Sort of a finger thing, I guess. Just rub that. It's probably the breathe one, I think. Anyway, you can finger that if you want. We got buttons here. I like the buttons. Some of them are just squidgy, like that one. Get up nice and close. There we go. Squidgy button. Clicky button. So that's nice and satisfying. Got some nice tactile things here. You get a nice sort of resistance pushback from the squidgy button, and then this nice tactile clicky on the clicky button. Looks a bit like a dice. We've got here an analog nub, like a new 3DS. So that's good. You can do that if you find that soothing. Just run your thumb over it. Goes in all directions. You know, like an analog stick on a video game controller. It's good. You can practice looking around in an FPS on a console if you want. Or PC. You know, I think all first-person shooters should be played with controllers. Overwatch, of course, famously better with a controller. This side is fun. This is a fun side. We've got a rollerball here. It's like well, you know, those big mouse rollerballs that you can get, but tiny. And that glides around. Probably won't show up on the camera being black and reflective, but it does roll around. Like that. And, just for an added kick, clicks also. So you can click the little ball. And we've got these spokes up the top, they just roll up. So that's something else to do if you want. Flip, 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 flip. What else is there? What else haven't I looked at? This one is turning into my favourite, actually. It's not the most immediately gratifying, but there is just a very soothing, almost like a stress ball type effect you get from this. Now, it's a green circle, and it's got, if we shove it up right close, you see that? There's a little nodule that pops out, like a little green pimple. And that just gives your finger a bit of friction, something to hold on to, and you can spin it round. Makes a satisfying noise, like a zipper being pulled, and I found that just holding it like that, thumb, just doing that, can be very calming, and especially good for podcasts, again, if you've got fidgety hands, or if you've got some sort of nervous sort of disposition. This one, relatively low noise. If you were to hold that down, you know, away, the chances of a microphone picking it up are slim. So that's a good one. And then we've got the noisiest one, but also, you know, for many, probably the most satisfying, and of course, looking at the box, the most famous one is the switch. Oh my god. Is the switch, like a light switch. And you can put that right in a neutral mode like that. Which way will it go? Who knows? That way. Then that way. One other thing to note about Fidget Cube is doggos find it fascinating. I mean, he was more excited about it yesterday, but he was into it, weren't you, Bartleby? Look, it's a. I mean, he was really excited about it. Anyways, I'm looking forward to trying out the Fidget Cube while I do podcast recordings and whatnot. But I do like it. I like this a lot. It's a cute little gubbin, and it was a nice idea. It's a nice idea. I think Anti-Labs came up with a good one here, and I'm happy that I backed it, and I'm happy to have it. As I say, for someone with my laundry list of mental hang-ups, it's quite a fun thing, quite a useful tool. Gimmicky, absolutely. Absolutely gimmicky, but gimmick with purpose. And you can't fault that. I mean, look at me, I'm wearing fucking gloves and a t-shirt, so I can't be one to complain about gimmicks. Mine aren't. This affectation isn't even fucking functional. Fidget Cube is. Now I'm gonna fiddle with it. Also, I've got a big Mysterio.